Hello YouTube, it's Christine with Souls Rising. I am back today with some oracle messages for the different signs of the zodiac. This video is going to be for my air signs, so Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. If you are Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, you'll want to stick around to get your oracle messages. If you are a earth sign, water sign, or fire sign, bounce on over to my channel and you will find your oracle messages there. These messages are timeless, so they are meant to find you at just the right time when you most need the message. And also they are a collective message, so some of the information will be more resonant for your situation and some of it may not. So take what resonates, take what makes sense to you and your personal situation and leave the rest. It's totally okay to do that. So just use a little bit of discernment. Some of the things will be more specific to some of you than to others, and that's just kind of how collective messages work. So without further ado, I'm going to jump right into the messages. Do be sure to like this video. If you enjoy it, give it the thumbs up. And if you subscribe to my channel, then you will be sure to receive more content and videos as I put them out. I will have the cards that I'm using linked in the description box below, as well as my website where you can find information on how to set up or schedule a personal or private reading if you would like to have one. So let's jump in. I'm going to start with an oracle deck just to pull a couple of cards for the overall energy, the theme for this reading, and see what we get here. Ooh, those two. Wow, that was quick. I did pre-shuffle off camera as well, and I will be shuffling as I go here too today. So we got the map maker of destiny, authentic purpose, inspiration, and free will. And the diamond dreamer, material wealth and true prosperity. Some really awesome cards here for my air signs. So let's see, what do we get with this? Give me a minute. We'll just see what spirit brings in. It's okay to go your own way and still find prosperity. So you may be sort of migrating from a traditional path, or charting your own course a little bit is coming through with this as well. And I don't feel like this is a bad thing for you, okay? I feel like this is actually like a really positive place to be. And in some ways it almost feels like you've already been put through the paces. So it's like you earned the right to do that, okay? So that may resonate more for some of you than others, but it's almost like you've reached a place in your life where you can do that, where you get to do that. It's like you're right, okay? And I almost feel like literally spirit's handing you the pen and saying, it's okay, chart the way. You decide what you want now. You decide how you're gonna get there. But either way, I get prosperity coming in. So you're like gonna make your own magic a little bit with this, which is really cool. So let's pull some tarot cards and get a little bit more information, get a little bit more detailed information about that message. Again, I did shuffle off camera, but I will shuffle again here a little bit. Ooh, we got two cards popping out. All right, what else do we have, Spirit? Whoa, you guys get 5. The other signs only got 4, so you get an extra. All right. All right, so we have emotional loss, which is the 5 of Cups in the traditional tarot. We have passion ignited, which is the Ace of Wands in the traditional tarot. We have card number 14 in the major arcana, which would be the temperance card in the traditional tarot, which is on this deck, it is called patience. And then we have mental conflict, which is the 2 of swords in the traditional tarot. And material harvest, which would be the 9 of pentacles in traditional tarot. So let's just see what we have here. So whatever this is that you have been going through, I feel like it's taken time, all right? With the temperance card showing up like smack in the middle of this reading, it really feels like it's the grounding force to me. And it gives me a sense of this has not been a fast process. So what you've been kind of working through or going through to get to this point where you get this creative license has taken time. You've had to work up to it. And I don't feel like it's always been an easy process either. I also feel like with the Five of Cups and Ace of Wands energy here, you'll notice like both of these figures are really connected to the heart space there. You'll see that kind of glowing energy in both figures right at the heart. And that's what Spirit is highlighting for me in this reading. And I'm getting a sense of like, with this Five of Cups, it's like you had to go through some really deep inner work to reach this place of freedom and being able to chart your own course forward. It wasn't easy. It's taken a bit of time to get there. You needed time to go within, time to, this really feels like inner transformation to me. Like, this came up in the last video, which was for water signs, around some of you having to go through a really deep identity shift to get to this new territory that you're heading into with the new year. And I really feel like for you guys that may have been emotional or may have really forced you to go deep within yourself and explore, what do I really care about? What do I really want? What am I passionate about? And that is the process that has led up to you now being this really good space of having a little creative license and being able to chart a new path for yourself that is a little bit off of the beaten path. It's more of a non-traditional route that you are going with your life now. And I feel like some of this is that you have to learn to be okay with that. So there could have been some, with mental conflict, there could have been some mental blocks that you had to work through to get to that place where you felt okay and felt safe to make that kind of a change. It's always hard when we set out to do something that is non-traditional, or we set out to do something that is not what other people are doing, or we're thinking about things in a new way. There's always that risk that others won't understand, or that they won't accept it, or that we might just feel lost at sea for a bit because there's no map guiding us in how to go forward or where to go to next. And so it really does require us to anchor deeply within the self and to really believe in our own path and to believe deeply in our idea and our passion and where we're going. And sometimes in order to get there, we have to go through this journey of what I'm hearing is Spirit is saying self-discovery of, and that's really what I get like with this card. This is like self-discovery. It's like, who am I? Why am I here? What do I want? Why am I even doing this at all? What is this about for me? It's like finding your why behind doing something. And that being really an important part of this process. I feel like this has been really long-term for you guys. This has really been ongoing for a bit. But with the material harvest here, the Nine of Pentacles at the end, it feels like ultimately this is a lucrative idea that you have. And again, we have this, but we also had, remember, we had the Diamond Dreamer, prosperity. So this idea that you have, that you're working on, or this sort of new creative passion that you've discovered, is leading you to success. It's leading you to a fulfillment of your dreams, and it's worthwhile. So all that time that you've waited and really been pulled within and had to go through this self-discovery process is going to pay off for you. It is going to have been very worthwhile, even if you've been sort of feeling a little lost at sea as you went through the process. I do want to pull a couple more cards for you guys. There's something about this that doesn't feel complete yet. I feel like there's another aspect to this for you. And it may apply more for some of you than others. So let's see what we got. One coming out. What else do you have, Spirit? Is there one more? I feel like there's one more. There we go. All right. You are the foundation for this, okay? what you've been going through, this process, this self-discovery process, figuring out, what do I really want? What do I care about? What am I really passionate about? Having to really go deeply within the self, discovery of self, and maybe a rediscovery of self too, I'm getting with this. Like, so some of you might be actually redefining who you are. Again, that piece with the identity shifting. But I have firm foundation, all right, 4 of Pentacles, and fertility, which is the Empress in traditional tarot. And this is, I'm really getting it. It's nurturing the foundation for what you're going to build on, but you are the foundation. Like, it really comes through strong. You are the foundation for this. You are the thing that you are building on top of, or that this new idea is going to grow out of. Look, literally there's like stuff growing out of her head here. I don't know if you can see that. Like, that's what's happening. It's coming out of you. It's coming from within you. And that's why you had to go through this deep dive within first. It's almost like you had to dive in to plant the seed, and now it's erupting out and it's going to grow, but it comes from your heart. It's growing up through you. And so you had to change. It's not about things outside of you changing. It's about the internal change that had to happen within you so that you would be the perfect soil for this thing to be seeded within, for this thing to grow up out of. Okay? So you aren't just having an idea. You like are the embodiment of this idea. You are holding it within your energy field and nurturing it, and you are delivering it into the universe, into the world. Whatever this is that you've been thinking about doing, or this new path that you want to go on that sort of feels off the beaten path or feels sort of unique and special, is really worth your while now. And I do feel like there isn't just one correct way to do it either. So I'm definitely getting a sense with this that you have a lot of free will here and a lot of options about how you want to implement it, because you've done the inner work and you've built that strong, firm foundation within you that has opened up this creative door and really now allowed for you to decide, how do I want to express myself in the world? How do I want to make this thing happen? And it's going to be lucrative. It's going to ultimately be successful. And I feel like bring in a deeper sense of personal fulfillment as well. All this internal energy. I feel like this is also something that, in addition to maybe physical prosperity, I feel like it's also bringing in some emotional prosperity as well for you. So these are your messages. Again, if you would like to schedule a private or personal reading with me, I do offer those. You will find information on my website, which I will have linked below. And I hope that this message was helpful and gave you some clarity and offered some hope and support for you moving forward. Anyway, take care, guys. Have a good one. Bye.